What's up, guys? So today, um, after reading feedback, getting some emails, we're gonna go over basic nutrition, Ogre 101. Um, Everybody is like so confused on what to eat. So I'm gonna break this down as simple as possible, and I want you guys to try something. Okay, that's what it comes down to. Okay, we hear something and we go, oh man, that sounds good. And then we get on Instagram or we get on YouTube, or we get on Facebook, and then somebody else is saying, well, I did this. And the other person says, well, I did that. And now you're just sitting there like, shit, what do I do? I promise you guys, I did this for years beforehand. When I finally just said, hey, I'm jumping in the boat. I'm going to stay in this boat. Let's see what happens. Things actually worked. You've got to trust the process. This has been my biggest thing, is trusting the process. And without trusting the process, you're going to just yo-yo. You're going to try this, you're going to try that. I promise you. So I'm thinking how to do like a, I don't know, 30, 60, 90 day challenge idea. So maybe we do some feedback, okay? As a bunch of a big old group, we figure out how to put it together. Now, I'm working on something else, and I don't really talk about a lot of personal things with people or social media, not because I'm very private. I am private, but I have this thing where I want things to be perfect. I want things to be rolled out where it's great, right? So I use that as my nutrition problem before, is I had to have it perfect. Oh, I have to have this. Well, if 1,000 people use that guy's diet and 1,002 people use that guy's diet, well, maybe that guy's diet's better. No. A diet is best for you based off of your life, your lifestyle, your movement levels, that kind of stuff, okay? I have to get up at 4 a.m. every day to get ready. My first client's at 5 o'clock, okay? I don't really have time to cook eggs and this and that. So I've learned to make my green ogre shake. I love eggs, so there's some days, well, I'll hard boil them the night before so I can get my eggs in. And sometimes I'll get up at 3:30 just to make a big old omelet if that's what I want. So it's basically the same foods, just sometimes you're switching things up. Some mornings you want eggs and some mornings you don't have time for eggs, but you still get the amount of protein and the content of foods. So here's a list. I wish I can get fancy and put this list up and things. I'm gonna learn this shit one day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a friggin' YouTube savvy person here one day. Here's what I want you guys to do. For your protein sources, okay? Protein sources. Eggs, red meat. I don't care what kind of red meat right now, okay? We're gonna keep this shit basic. So don't wonder if flank steak or cube steak or sirloin or London broil. Red fucking meat, okay? That's it. We're going to keep this shit simple. Go to the grocery store, walk to the beef section, red fucking meat. You either want to stir fry it, you want to barbecue it, you want to grill it, you want to broil it. Ask your mommy, ask your daddy how to broil if you have to. I don't give a shit. But let's keep this stuff basic, okay? Red fucking meat, okay? Chicken, fucking chicken. That's what we're going to go with, okay? Turkey, fucking turkey. I don't care if it's extra lean or it's kind of lean or if it's not so fucking lean, okay? If it says chicken, eat it. If it says turkey, eat it. If it says red meat, eat it, okay? Now, I say this because we get so wrapped up into, okay, 93% lean, 7% fat, 80-20. Let me tell you something right now, okay? If you guys were to stop eating all the shit food and processed foods that you were eating right this second and started eating 80-20 meat, I fucking promise you, you guys are going to be healthier in a couple of weeks if that's all you ate than the shit fast food and everything else that you guys eating. So simplistic. Let's keep this right away simple, okay? Now, because we've all been big, or we are big, doesn't matter, what happens? Well, I don't like it taste, Johnny. I get these emails. Well, I'm tired of how it tastes after 3 days. Well, are you tired of being fucking fat for 30 years? That's what this comes down to. How much are you guys made of? Right? That's really what this challenge, fuck it. If somebody else beats me to it, more power to you. What are you made of challenge? Maybe that's what we're going to call this shit. Are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you able? Are you a role model to your children? Or are you just a fucking punk that your kids just see continue to being fat and you can't step up and say, hey, we're going to change our lifestyle? So yeah, I'm calling you out. And I guess That's maybe what we're going to call this challenge, okay? So now that we got the protein situated, carbohydrates, okay? If it is not white rice, if it is not brown rice, if it is not quinoa, I hate that shit, but I'll give it out there because people are going to want other things. If it's not a red potato, a sweet potato, or a yam, don't fucking eat it, okay? Don't come back and say, well, what about this lean wheat pasta shit? I didn't say pasta, so no fucking pasta, okay? So, rice, white or brown, quinoa, red potato, sweet potato, or yam. That's your carb source, okay? That's it. We got the protein, got the carbs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do fats, okay? Now, once again, I'm going to repeat. Don't fucking come back to me and say, well, what about this? Because I don't like that. I don't really give a shit, okay? Here are your healthy fat choices. Here's my plug. I better get a goddamn discount one day. Kerrygold butter, okay? It's grass-fed. Kerrygold Irish butter. Greatest butter there is. It's a grass-fed butter. I love it. If your store, Walmart, Target, regular grocery store, does not have it, just get some good old Land O'Lakes regular butter. Not fucking margarine, not floor wax, not kind of butter, not if this thing tastes and smells like butter, but it's really not butter. Don't buy any of that bullshit. Straight regular butter, okay? Olive oil, macadamia nut oil, okay? Almonds. You can have almonds as a fat source. So now, someone's going to come to me and say, what about coconut oil? Yes, you can do coconut oil. Some people gag that shit down. I really don't want to cook my chicken in coconut oil, okay? I cook my chicken in sometimes butter, or I just grill my chicken and I have almonds for a fat source, okay? So, almonds, macadamia nut oil, olive oil, real butter, okay? Some of you guys want coconut butter. I'm okay with too. Or coconut oil, sorry. Those are the fat sources. Fucking rewind it. Here's what I say. Someone tell me how to do it on YouTube and I'll list this shit down and then you guys can pause it and write it down. But until then, back up. So, a typical day of eating for me, because everybody wants to know what I eat, okay? Now, a typical day of 485-pound Johnny to 240-pound Johnny really is no different except some portion sizes. This is it. So this is exactly when I found my groove, when I found with work and life, going out, all these things, I found my groove, right? So how Johnny got his groove, how Johnny stays in his groove. That's really what this comes down to. Breakfast. Okay, here we go. 6 eggs. I would scramble them. I would throw in some bacon. I would throw in some ham. I would throw in some beef. I would throw in some type of meat to chew on, okay? I'm not a big cheese fan because cheese gives me diarrhea. People don't want to talk about that. I'll talk about it because I really don't care. This is life. This is what trying to get healthy and being obese is like. It's not pretty. It's fucking not pretty, okay? So I'm not really about cheese. People want to smother all this cheese and they go, oh, I got a tummy ache, or oh, I feel like shit. It's because you just ate all that disgusting grease. It just wasn't for me, okay? Now here's the trick to my eggs. This is the big trick. I would actually put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of sour cream in the eggs once I cracked them in the thing, and then I would beat it all up. Sour cream. It fluffs them. It gives them a little bit different of a taste. I friggin' love it. I've not changed. 6 eggs then, 6 eggs now. I still do it, okay? With that, some meat source. Usually, the butter that I cook in, I throw about a teaspoon, fuck, I never used a teaspoon in my life. A tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half, okay? It depends, I want some extra fat. I put that in the pan, I let it warm up, I beat the eggs in the sour cream, throw it on there. That's my breakfast, okay? That's what I eat. And that's my healthy fat's the butter, my protein's the eggs, and the meat that I throw in there. And you can throw spinach and mushrooms. If it's a vegetable, fucking eat it, okay? And this is another thing with the carb source. I can't talk today, but that's okay. The carb source is, everybody wants to know what vegetables are. Oh, vegetables are carb. No, they're a fibrous carb, okay? And I'm going to say this again. Go find me a fat person, okay, that binged eat chicken breasts and fucking spinach, and they're fat. It doesn't happen, okay? What happens is we get broccoli and people want to pour nacho cheese and they want to just dip it in all this shit because they don't like the way broccoli tastes. Well, then find a vegetable that you fucking like and stop complaining about it. Okay? Everybody wants to be skinny, everybody wants to lose weight, but they don't want to sacrifice what they have to do because, well, I love the taste. Now, emotionally eating is completely different. And we're gonna have this argument too, and I can't wait for someone to come at me because we'll have fun with this. Emotional eating is so different than just regular eating because a lot of people don't want to eat breakfast, right? A lot of people don't want to have breakfast because, oh, I don't have time, or I have to get my kids ready, or oh, I wanted to sleep in 30 minutes later, or oh, it makes me sick to my stomach. Fucking do it. Get up 30 minutes earlier. Be an example for your children. Show them that it's important to eat a healthy breakfast, okay? And I'll explain all this, but basically you go to bed hours before, your blood sugar drops, you wake up, you have no time, you're pissed off, you leave the house, and guess what? You're a fucking bitch. Man or woman, doesn't matter. You are an asshole, and people are like, what happened? So then you eat, and then people are like, whoa, you're a different fucking person. That's because your blood sugar level is in the goddamn, it's on the bottom of the ground. And then you eat something shitty, usually, and it spikes. So you're all happy, and then an hour or two later, you're this, and then you want to fall asleep, and then you're a fucking bitch again, okay? So this is really the simplistic way. Now, we can get all technical and get all the medical and all the bullshit people with degrees that come in here to say why it happens. You guys know me, right? I'm just going to break it down as simple as possible. I'm a simple guy, so I'm going to do shit simple so people can understand it in a simple way, and we all fucking start losing weight and moving on and getting on with our lives. So eat something for breakfast that's relatively healthy. Protein shake, almond milk. Almond milk protein shake with some PB2, some powdered peanut butter. You can get at Walmart. Another plug for a couple of bucks. Pour a tablespoon into that. Throw in a cup of almond milk. Throw in 2 scoops of protein. I don't give a shit what the protein is, okay? I don't care what the protein is. People are going to say, what's the best brand? There is no best brand. Taste. Whatever our palate says we like, that's the best fucking brand, okay? We can get it technical and say, okay, there's more isolate way here or this or that. Don't worry about that bullshit right now. Don't worry about all of the technical stuff. Just start working on changing the way we do things. It's the simple little things that we start making changes that we go, hey man, we had breakfast on Tuesday. I didn't feel so bad. I wasn't starving by lunchtime. Hey, Wednesday I did the same thing and I felt okay. Next thing you know, you create a habit. Next thing you know, you go to bed and you wake up hungry and you know, I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go make eggs, or I'm going to go make protein pancakes. We'll talk about that shit too. Or I'm going to have, a shake real quick and get out the door, but I have some substance in me. So I'm not screaming at my kids, or I don't have fucking road rage because I'm so pissed off. Okay? At the end of the day, we get home, right, and we're sitting there and we don't know what to make for dinner, and we sit around and our kids want macaroni and cheese, and so we take a couple of bites of macaroni and cheese, and then the kids have to get their baths and they go to bed, and then the husband or the wife's like, hey, I'm going to watch some TV, and you're fucking bored. So that's when, guess what, you start eating, and that's bored eating, not emotional eating. Okay, we're going to talk about emotional eating too, because that's a whole big thing, and I've talked about this in the past, and we can revisit that. I'm going to talk about it again, because since I've made these last videos and now making these new videos, I've learned even more. And now I train 95% of my clientele are women, and I deal and I hear so many things that just added to what I've already talked about. What I thought I knew, I know more now. And that's what I love is I'm a sponge. I like to learn. I love learning and hearing people why they do things, because then I get to make these videos and get out and help other people and show people like, hey, you're not alone. Like, we're all in the same boat. It's funny because I still consider myself big, right? I still see this shit and it bugs the hell out of me, or I see my skin and this or that, and it's who I am. It's what I'm about. And I consider myself a biggie, and I'll always be a biggie. So my family is a biggie. I'm not running around with little skinny shits, okay? It just doesn't work that way. Y'all fuckers stay over there, I'm gonna stay over here. That's how it works. I look that way because there's this little skinny person I just saw right now, so fuck you. So, just kidding. Not really, because they're really standing right there and they're real skinny. Anyways, so my breakfast, what I told you, okay? My snack, when I come into work, okay? And I'm gonna start, I even got one of these little fucker things. There's a GoPro. And I'm going to start walking around my building, and I'm going to start showing people what I do kind of like on a daily, what I do between clients. Here's a bag of almonds. They're almost gone, okay? I fill this bag up. I spend like $25 freaking dollars, and I buy almonds because my meals usually consist of a small protein source, and I mean small because I eat a few times throughout the day, dependable on my work schedule. If I know that I have 15 clients, I'm going to get 4 big-ass meals in. If I know that I'm going to have, maybe 7 or 8 clients in a day, then I'll get a little smaller meals through the day. But sometimes you work at a desk, or you're busy on a construction truck, or hell, one of my clients works at Jiffy Lube. So she's like, hey, I don't really have a lot of time. I'm under Carbs. Well, guess what? You get a chance to wash your hands. Now you're gonna try to eat some kind of meal or some kind of snack while you're doing it. She's lost 30 pounds, and she changes oil for a living, which I think is the coolest thing in the world because she's dirty all the time and she's under hot ass cars all the time. But she makes that 2 minutes. So, what's your fucking excuse? Now, my snacks will consist of sometimes a cup of plain yogurt. I fucking can't stand plain yogurt, okay? I will say this. People know this about me. I can't stand it. It's disgusting to me. But I'll throw in a tablespoon, sometimes 2 tablespoons on leg day, of honey. I'll mix that shit in there. I'll throw in some blueberries. I'll throw in some strawberries. It's actually not that bad. I'll even put some walnuts in there. It's really not that bad. So some people say, oh, but that's really not a healthy snack. What's a fucking healthy snack? Eating a tree bark? Chawing on some tofu? I can't eat that shit. So for me, I found what works, right? Because what might work for that person over there, they might not agree with. It's worked for me. I've lost 240 pounds. How much have you fucking lost? So it obviously can't be that bad, right? So another snack. Some people like cottage cheese. I hate cottage cheese. But you could do cottage cheese. You could do cottage cheese, sprinkle some cinnamon on there. You could put some fruit in your cottage cheese, and that's a snack, okay? Some people, I'll even tell them to get an apple with some almond butter. The problem is they want to eat the whole fucking jar of almond butter with one little apple. That doesn't work either. Self-control. So we got to work on portions, okay? Hard-boiled eggs is another great source. If a snack for me, I'll buckle 3 or 4 hard-boiled eggs, and I will put some salt on there. Sodium you need. We'll touch base on that too. And I'll eat 15 almonds. So 3 or 4 hard-boiled eggs, 15 almonds, protein, fat source, out later. I just did that in 5 minutes. I don't want to hear you don't have enough time, okay? Legally, you work, whether it's 8 or 10 hours, you get a break, okay? Sometimes you check your Instagram, fucking eat, okay? Instagram with one hand, eat with the other. You don't need both this shit telling all your friends what's going on about the party on Friday. You can do it one-handed, okay? Lunchtime. This is where my go-to has always been. I make a big-ass salad, and I mean a big-ass salad. I mean a big-ass salad. I don't really like little tiny dainty things. I get a big old bowl, and I go get the 50-50 spring mix, okay, or baby spinach. Either one, okay? Some people say, oh, $5.99 is expensive. Yes, it is. You can find it cheaper. Go to Walmart, okay? Walmart also has the Walmart home stores, the grocery stores. I think on Thursdays, between the hours of like 10 and 2, they have this huge discount. Find it in your area, okay? Look it up. Walk in there if they have one. And a lot of grocery stores do this too. Ask. A lot of times we don't ask. Some people are embarrassed, think, oh, I don't want people to think I have money. Fuck that shit, okay? If you are going to have to eat healthy and it's expensive and there's a way to get some discounts or figure out when they put the foods out that they mark down, get that shit taken care of. My computer, sorry. Get this shit taken care of. Go out and get this done, okay? Ask those little questions and find out. You save a ton of money. You get more food, right? We like fucking food, and now I'm going to have to pay that much for it. Go do it. So I get this big old bowl of salad, and I take probably 2 or 3 big-ass handfuls of lettuce. Now, I got pretty good-sized hands, so it's a pretty big bowl, okay? I'll put 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'll throw vinegar in there, okay? Red vinegar, white vinegar, fucking whatever. People want balsamic or they want cranberry. Don't get the shit with a ton of sugar. We're trying to go for taste. Fuck taste, okay? The taste comes from, I'll add 6 to 8 ounces of chicken. Now, you can go get a whole chicken, tear it up, throw it in there. You can cook a chicken. You can cook chicken breast. You can get turkey, hamburger meat, whatever. Just get the protein source in that salad. With that, okay, because I already have my olive oil, which is 2 tablespoons, which is a lot of fat at the time, I won't put nuts on there. Now, if I decide to put nuts on there, then I'll do 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'll do maybe 15, 16 almonds, or they make shaved almonds. You can throw those on there. I throw in some crumbled blue cheese. People say, I don't like fucking blue cheese. Throw some Parmesan cheese on there. If you don't, then don't eat the cheese, period. That's simple, okay? You could put apples and pears and strawberries. Again, go out and find me a fat person, okay, and say, hey, gosh, you're 400 pounds and you've been like that for 10 years. How'd you get so fat? Well, I was eating salads with strawberries and chicken and almond shavings on there. And I ate that 4 times a day, and now I'm 300 pounds. They don't fucking exist. I'm still waiting. I'm still sitting here. Find me that person. Go find me that person, nutritionists that say, oh, don't eat this kind of fat. And go find me that person, okay? They don't exist. They don't exist because that shit's all good for you to eat. And if you're doing that 2 or 3 times a day, I don't give a fuck if you ate that 4 times a day. If that was your meal, salads, chicken, olive oil, blue cheese, pear, apple, all together, I promise you, it is so much healthier than what you've been eating, okay? That lunch carries over to the next snack for me. Again, same snacks, hard-boiled eggs, almonds, okay? Yogurt, almonds, fruit, whatever. Now, everyone knows I'm not a big protein shake kind of guy. I make my shakes. I'll talk about what I do and what I put in there. They are a great source for a filler. They're not a meal, okay? This is about meals, period. You eat foods, okay? You can try to drink some of your foods, but it has to be an absolute source. It's got to be substance. Dinner, same thing. Dinner, I go home, I'll buckle 2 hamburger patties, I'll cook them in butter, right? If I don't want the butter and I feel like a carb, then I will eat my protein and I won't actually do much fat. I'll do a sweet potato, or I'll do 2 red potatoes and a hamburger or a steak or a piece of chicken or something like that, okay? So don't complicate this shit. I've told you the protein, I've told you the carbs, I've told you the fats. Now everybody wants to know size, portion, how much. Fuck all that. Here's the deal. If you're a female and you're trying to lose weight, let's try to stick between 4 and 5 ounces to start of food, okay? Usually it's about a palm size. Usually it's a fist size, whatever, okay? Some people have little ass hands. Well, then eat a little bit more than that. Guys, 6 to 8 ounces. Stick with that, okay? Again, you have these nutritionists and these dietitians say, oh, that's such bad advice you're giving because, you know, they're not measuring it perfectly. Fuck that shit. Are you measuring your Reese's peanut butter cups? Are you measuring your ice cream? Are you measuring your cake? Are you measuring your 10 chicken McNuggets? Are you measuring your spices that you're dipping all your chicken nuggets in? No, you're not doing that shit. So don't give me that. Like I said, you're so much going left that one day we start going right, the body's going to adapt. The body's going to go, oh shit, this is good. You're actually feeding us and you're giving us good food. Well, let me reward you. Let's start losing some inches. Let's take some weight off. Let's make your shirts a little baggier. Let's get rid of 4 fucking chins. That's what's going to happen, okay? Now, someone's want to argue? I love arguing, okay? I love that because it gives us both educating on each side, right? We get to say, hey, my point's this, my point's that. Cool, guess what? Fuck you. I've lost 240 pounds, okay? You've lost 10 pounds. Sweet. But I still will argue with you. I'll still get down with you because that's fun. Because that's what grown-ass people do. They want to talk. They want to get it out. That's the best part about this entire thing. There is no one right way to lose weight. There is no one wrong way to fuck everything up. Because you can fuck it up a lot easier than you can to keep it off. I promise you. I fight it every day. Right? I come in, it's holiday season, this and this bullshit, and people are eating cookies and this. And, oh, hey, Johnny, I baked you this. And I'm like, I want to eat all that, but I wait, okay? And now we're going to talk about the last thing. When I do cheat, when I do have something, I will eat that something after I work out, after I sweat my ass off is when I will actually have something. So for instance, one of my clients decided to bring in banana nut bread. That shit's awesome, okay? Really good. I looked at it, smelled it, I was going to eat it, and I was like, you know what? It's leg day. So why not just wait till after leg day, right? Right after I'm done with legs, I can tear that up. I'll have some protein, some fucking awesome bread. I'm not going to feel that guilty. Now, I could have eaten it now, and then I'd have felt all fat, and I'd felt all guilty and been all pissed off, because then what happens is, well, if I had a bite now, I can have a bite later. So that's where we're going to talk about learning portion control. And I'm going to try to share how I started to do that. Because remember, this is coming from a guy that used to not eat for 1 or 2 days, then go to McDonald's, and I would get 40 nuggets, 2 large fries, and 2 Cokes, so they didn't think the fat ass was just eating fucking by himself. So with 2 Cokes, man, maybe 10 nuggets are for him and 10 nuggets are for his imaginary fucking friend that's not in the car with him. It is what it is. So you have to learn to control the portions and the addiction. And we're going to talk about that next. So let me know if this helps. See how this goes. 25 minutes long, a little long. Some people say, oh, I love it long. Some people say, oh, shorten it up. Well, I'll figure that shit out. I'm not going to make everybody happy. I'm just not. So I care about helping the people that want to do this. Some people are going to watch it and go, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm cool with that. I ain't mad at you. Okay, some people are going to say, oh, well, you know, that worked, but now I'm past that. Now I want to start putting on muscle. Cool, I'm cool with that too. I ate the same way, putting on muscle. So let's see how this all goes. Leave your feedback, comments. I promised you guys I'm going to get back to this. This is actually going to start becoming a lot bigger and better, and we'll talk about that later too. But as far as what we're doing, this is the basics. Let's start with the simplistic stuff. We'll move from there.